G'day folks, time for another little look at Blue here. The compressor didn't start before as well, which is odd. I'm going to have to replace that pressure control. What I said before, I worked out water's draining from the windscreen, and because this tyre was down, some of it's ended up in the driver's footwell now. So putting air in the tyre, which has huge amounts of balance weights on it, that is not normal for a passenger car. It's 35, 40 and a couple of 10 grammers. That's a lot. Or 10 and 15, that one's bigger. That's a lot of weight. That's not good. Either the tyre's rubbish, which they generally aren't, Dunlop aren't that bad, or maybe they're compensating for a buckled wheel. I don't know. There's no curb rash on it. It's just a bit of salt oxide where the finish has come off. That's a bit odd. Either way, I'll get rid of these tyres. Where's the treadwear bars? There's supposed to be one there. Yeah, no. We're down below the minimum of, well, we're right on the minimum of 1.5 mil. Plus the inside seemed to wear a bit more than the outside, which is hopefully not a ball joint issue. If these do use ball joints in the suspension, I imagine they would. Yeah, that and dry rot setting in on all five, even the spare's a bit dry rotted, so I replace all of them. Yeah, what else? I've been trying to get into there. I've got to pop the wipers off, pop this plastic cover off, and get to the bottom of this windshield seal and hopefully be able to peel it out so I can seal. Just up behind there. That's where the water's been streaming down the inside. Likewise, I wanted to get my little dehumidifier out of the spare room and set it up in here. I've had the window open all day, and that's vented a lot more moisture, but I'm going to have to run the dehumidifier for a while. It doesn't smell as noxious. I can still smell a bit of ammonia and cleaning solution, but it's not quite as bad. It definitely still needs a good wash. I think I will pull the whole carpet out. I've got to take that seatbelt anchor point off and get under there. There'll be one of those red clips right underneath these corner panels as well, so that's going to be fun. Rear seats out. Yeah, I don't know. That I gave a really thorough clean, and that's come up okay. I just haven't gotten stuck into that bit there yet. I'm going to put a bigger pipe on the suck drum and get some proper carpet cleaner onto it and give it another go in car. Otherwise I am going to have to tear it out. I'm not going to put truck bed liner down on it. That's just, nah. I want to keep this as plush as possible. If anything, I'll buy a plush pile carpet from the online carpet distributor that Alex and somebody else was recommending. Can't remember the name of them, but they're good. Yeah, either way, this car's pretty good. Like I said before, it's going to be a slow burner project. I just want to get it to the point where I don't have to worry about things going wrong. At least not windshields causing rotted carpets, and that's about it. I'll try and fix that tyre because it doesn't have very aggressive tread on it. Betty's got nice shiny new all-terrains on, and every time I drive around the backyard, just manage to chew the bloody grass up. Whereas these ones are worn down so far, they're effectively turf tyres, which is perfect for backyard. So I'll fix the front one if I can, if it's not completely had it. Just put an inner tube in. I know I've got some 16-inch tubes around somewhere, just so it holds air indefinitely. And that will all be good, because she ain't going on road for a while, probably next year sometime. Which is a shame, but budget's only so big. I want to do a timing belt kit on this engine too. It's not, has not had one yet. At 90,000, 100,000 I think they do them. Compressor's up now, which is good. Yeah, the problem with the compressor was the switch wasn't resetting. Hang on. Why don't they put gas struts on these hoods? I love it when cars have gas struts on the hoods. The Ford does, these don't. Not really much difference between the two. I'll have to get them side by side, but really there's no difference. That looks different. Obviously we've got an ABS block. It's made by Denso for Toyota. There's an OBD port, I think. Yeah, it's got protective grease on it. It's never been used. Yeah, it's insulating or protective grease. Fluids look alright. Manifold absolute pressure sensor. There's no MAF meter, no airflow meter. There'll be an airbag sensor around here somewhere as well. Where are you? In the front somewhere, probably attached to one of the structural members. Maybe down there. There's not a lot else in them, really. Is it date 11th? No. 6th of the 11th. No, 2011. So the radiator's not all that old. And it's got Toyota genuine coolant. It's always been serviced by Toyota. Always. Again, none of the bolts show signs of like cracked paint or anything. They haven't been off. Yeah. Never had the front corner panels off. I haven't seen any signs of major accident damage. I think they've changed the rear door at one point. Someone's probably rear-ended it and pushed the spare tyre into the door. It might even explain why that wheel has so much weight on it. Might have buckled it that way. Because the paint on the bolts for the rear door is broken, and that door is broken. You can see they've had a spanner on them at some point. Apart from that, she's straight. Just a few minor sheet metal dents that a dent doctor could pull out, but I'm not fussed about that. This car shows its age really well. Typical heat shield cracking. That might... doesn't explain the rattle I'm getting. It might be a lower heat shield or a cat shield. There's a O2 sensor, easy access. I like the way these engines are no nonsense, easy access. I don't know if these hoses look original though. Again, they're not too bad. Starter's right there, easy to change. Alternator's right there up high, nice. Alternator works well. Belt tension's a bit iffy. That's a Mitsubishi and Toyota belt. Or made by Mitsubishi Industrial or something like that. Yeah, timing belt's what I'm curious about. We'll move all that and pop the timing cover off just enough to see the belt. If it's worn the printing off the back of the belt, the name and type designation, then it's past due for replacement. It's pretty much when Brad does them. If it's run long enough for the idlers to wear all the markings off the back of the belt, it's definitely time to replace them. It's definitely not a conclusive way to tell, but it does mean it's been in there a very long time. It's usually time to do it. And do the idlers at the same time. Anyway, what else? New battery. I didn't put that in, the previous owner put that in, which was very nice of him. Now the AC system, yeah, as someone suggested, quite possible that it just has no pressure and an LP cutout switch is telling it not to start up, so I'll get the gauges onto that. Compressor looks a bit nasty, but who knows, they might just have done when they did the engine swap, they might have just not had it in the budget to recharge it. Because I imagine you'd have to disconnect it to get this out. There's nowhere to really swing the compressor out of the way while it's connected. It looks like you have to disconnect it. So yeah, if it's not just an electronic problem, might look at a AC system leak check and troubleshoot. That fuel filter doesn't look all that old, that's good. I didn't get any service books with it, which is unfortunate. No service history, but the oil's basically spotless. The bloody coolant's original OEM Toyota. I've got no doubt that the dealer's had it at least the last time. Next service is due, according to the dealer sticker, in another 10,000 Ks. I like to do it a bit more often, but still pretty good. Power steering. Power steering in these is really nice. Smooth, not too heavy, even despite the big tyres that it has on it. Yeah, you'd hardly notice you're driving such a large vehicle. Yeah, 134A. Menu. February 2000. Yeah, plant A23. Yeah. 3 SFE, 1998 cc's. Yeah, exactly the same as the 98 model. What's this one here? Air conditioner, installation date 16th of 6, 2000. That's probably the original commissioning sticker. This might have been even dealer fit air conditioning, because the silver one has OEM Denso air. This might be a dealer fit option, so yeah, might explain why it leaked. It wasn't factory fitted, assuming it leaked. Leads are very original, and these plugs cause grief if you get a all cylinder misfire on these at random. Sometimes it can be these plugs. Betty had a bit of a hiccup one day, and after doing a bit of work in here I just noticed it went away, and someone just posted the other day on RAV4 World they traced it down to a dodgy connection in one of the coil trigger plugs. So really easy to miss. I think even Brad suggested it when it first happened, just check the coil connections and everything, check the leads. Oh well, enough rambling for today. I've got an arse load of work to do at work. Not much else to say really, just a busy week again. Budget's recovering gradually, and should be able to continue work on a number of projects, because once Little Car's gone I'll be able to get the trailer back in here and load up the some more bits from the Vattenfeld moulding machine, because essentially I need the trailer to put the rams on after I strip it, because I don't have the space or the room or anything to keep the rams, unfortunately, and I don't have the space or the room to keep the base, so both sections have to go. Sad but true, but that's all I can keep. Anyway, enough of an update. Yeah, that's where that project's at. Thanks for watching.